And now we will bring on stage the Sexy Geek Variety Show, hosted by Donna DeLick. The show is an hour of just Star Wars related comedy. No, just kidding. It's an hour of geek related comedy, and we are going to go ahead and bring out Donna. Thank you so much for being here. We're really looking forward to hosting.
What happens when you do burlesque at 6 in the morning and forget your asthma inhaler in the downstairs? Awesome! My name is Donna DeLick and I will be taking off more clothes later. We are the Sexy Geek Variety Show. If you feel like you'd like to come into the inn, our lovely host Heather is sitting here. It was really odd to sing that song to no one. Anyway, like I said, asthma, 6 a.m. burlesque. match very well. Anyway, my first person coming to the stage is a wonderfully talented comedian. The first time she ever performed was at 5:30 at this very festival. I didn't plan to heavy breathe, I'm just telling you.
Do you want me to grab your hand?
No, it's okay. It's part of the thing. See, I'm fine, as long as I don't talk into the microphone. Without further ado, Miss Nancy Megasad. I'm sorry.
So good. Thank you.
Let's keep it going for the burlesque.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an act to follow. Never done that before. That's fun. Great crowd, love it. There's like so many of you. I'm just blinded by the light. I love it. Well, like Donna said, yeah, my first time performing at Die Laughing was at 5:30 a.m. So this is nothing. This is like brunch, right?
Yes.
Along the lines of that theme. So anyway, so just because I was kind of a cliffhanger from last night, I thought I'd explain the last part of what I was trying to say when I was doing the epic lip sync challenge. So for those of you who were here, for all of you who were here. Anyway, I was talking about the reason I did an opera song in Italian was because when I went to St. Cloud State, yeah, go Huskies. Anyway, when I went to St. Cloud State back in, when I did, funny thing, I thought, I was like, spaghetti, so naturally I thought I should take Italian. It just seemed logical. So I signed up for it, and I did graduate, and you're going to find this hard to believe after I tell you this story. But I signed up for Italian because I thought, well, why not take the Romance language? How beautiful would that be? I get in class, it was Italian too, and she's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, what? Did I miss something? She's like, yeah, you missed the first class. Oh! The Roman numeral 2 is because it's the second session. Got it. I'll withdraw. So anyway, so that's why, any homage to Italy just makes me laugh, hence the opera last night. It's all good. And the St. Cloud State thing. Thank you for the woohoo. Yeah, so I was going to say, because this makes me laugh, and we'll see if it works the third time, because it didn't work the first two. Hello, St. Paul! Great, and I do that because I was saying I really wanted to be a rock star. Because I didn't get it wrong, right? Every time they're like touring, you're like the city down the city, and you're like, to Jason, you're close. And then I was going to say, okay, so I was in the green room, and you guys forgot to remove the green M&Ms. I'm just kidding, I'm talking about the Skittles. I'm just kidding, I'm talking about the 3-bean salad. Oh, the comments from my right are just hilarious, I love it. Peanut gallery, I love it. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about some things that are near and dear to my hips, which is food. So first off, here's the thing. When it comes to happy hour, have you guys gone to happy hour before?
Oh,
yeah. Show of hand. Show of hand. Awesome. Yeah, okay, I love happy hour. But you ever, get that drink, you get the real drink, because why not? It's $3, right? And you're like, they forgot the goddamn vodka. That's how I feel when I go to Good Earth. And there's more. Oh my God, I have so much to talk about Good Earth. Here's the thing. I feel the same way when I'm at that restaurant, because it's like, this tabbouleh is probably amazing, but they forgot the flavor. And here's it. I mean, it's not like I belong at Good Earth anyway. They're like, ma'am, can we redirect you to Applebee's? I'm like, no, I meant to come here. Okay, I know I don't fit the part. I'm not a tree-hugging, hipster type with a soul patch. I get it, okay? I look like a soccer mom. I don't play soccer, and I'm not a mom. I just don't fit the part. I understand. My point is, I don't like the food. I've given them 2 chances, and that was 2 chances too many. All right? Because last time I was there, I had a special. It was like twigs and grass, or I don't know, something like that. So I'm like, waiter, hi, can we just talk for a second? I'm like, yeah, so this special you gave me, do you have some GMOs or some processed something or another? Something with flavor? Like, whatever. No, like, I'm open to it. Whatever. I'm like, I'll tell you what. Okay, you don't want any cheese? I'll tell you what. Just take these twigs back to the kitchen. Put them in the deep fryer. You have it? Okay. Just take them back. Put a dollop of daisy on it. Let's try it again. Anyway, I'm not going back to Good Earth. Because, okay, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Me at Good Earth is like this. Like I'm the double pepperoni pizza, okay, is to the drop of filtered water on a kale salad on the side. Okay? Alright? Like me to Good Earth is like Amy Schumer is to a newborn baby who just smiled for the first time. Okay? Like me at Good Earth is like Thanksgiving dinner with a second helping of pecan pie with extra a la mode is to the unused napkin that's still in the package because it's at the store. Okay? I mean, we're like oil and anything that tastes good. You know? Anyway, I think it can best be explained in a haiku. Like most things. So if you'll indulge me. I normally don't do poetry slam, but here we go. Thank you so much. Good Earth, why bother? Is it just me? Not cheap. Good Earth, I just can't. So that's my take on Good Earth. Yeah, they don't want me either, it's fine. It's mutual, it's fine. Let's see, how am I doing on time? I think we're still good. Okay, cool. Let's see, so now I want to talk to you about edibles. Which is funny because that word tells me you think I'm going to talk about pot. And again, being the soccer mom image that I am, I'm not. I'm going to talk about edible arrangements because who wants fruit as a gift? I don't know if I've set that tone already. I don't want twigs and grass, nor do I want fruit, especially as a gift. Okay? If I wanted vitamins, I'm going to CVS. All right? I'm not going to pay $30 for them, though, like edible arrangements. Oh my God! Congratulations! Here's some melon. No, I'm good. Just leave me the sticks. Just save the melon, okay? And I'm telling you, if you know me, not only do I not want melon as a gift, but should you ever decide it's got to be cantaloupe, it's got to be cantaloupe for this birthday, okay? Here's what you need to do. I want you to go to Aldi or Cub or anywhere reasonable and get me like 6 entire melons for $29.95 because you can. I don't want 5 pieces of it on a stick because it's edible arrangements. That's bullshit. Okay, save your money. We're all going to be happy. And just skip the fruit as gift, okay? Let's see. The other thing I want to talk to you about is coffee. And here's the reason why. I thought it was funny. I was being punchy, okay, at work a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to tell you what I did. I thought it was a good idea. I've learned since then, maybe not. So I got in there early, and I thought, this is going to be funny. I'm going to mix up the coffees. But I mean, like, physically mix them up chemically, you know? I mixed up the caffeinated and the decaffeinated coffee together. And I was like, hey guys, you'll never guess what I did. I mixed the coffee. And the people who like the caffeinated coffee are like, are you kidding me? No wonder I can't stay awake during the meetings. And the people who need the decaf are like, no wonder I can't stop shaking. I'm like, you guys, it's fine. I never even mixed the coffee. It's just brown food coloring. Really? I thought it'd be funny. And you know, tomorrow's April 1st, so I might do it for real. Anyway, okay, I think so part of our variety hour, we have more variety, including another person. So I'm going to bring back on our host, Donna, and then I'm going to come back later. Thank you.
Give it up for Nancy. She went to college a half an hour from where I live, which is Coon Rapids, and I'm in the cities, and that's better 100%. Our next performer is the best boylesque performer I have ever had the privilege to laugh hysterically at. He performed last year at the white bread guy who may or may not live in their parents' basement showcase that Jenna procured. And I loved this gentleman with all of my computerized chip heart. So without further ado, here is Man Cheen.
Pussy, and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Pussy, and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Give it up for our wonderful Showline Mike, who also delivered this microphone to me. He's such a multi-talented stagehand. Give it up one more time for Man Cheen! There are people watching at home. We're not just doing this for like the ether, right? Okay. Hello! Are you watching with your children? That's terrible. Maybe you should take them to church right now. No? No? I agree. Anyway, I'm going to invite Nancy back on stage so she can tell you more about anything she wants to, because I have an hour worth of time. And I'm going to let her. Welcome back, Nancy Magistead.
I love this split time. You know, I don't know, I'm sure Seinfeld did it at one point. Especially following robotic burlesque. I mean, that's totally normal. Right? I'm sure you did. I'm sure I read that in like sign language or something. Okay, here's the thing. I have some more stories about food. Are you guys okay with stories about food? Excellent. That's good timing because that's what I have for you. So here's the thing. I also have a beef. Oh my gosh, that was a pun I didn't even realize was coming because we're about to talk about Ruth Chris. Okay? Because since I saw the name of that restaurant years ago, I've been like, what the hell? That's the dumbest name. Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It drives me nuts. Okay? Because I'm telling you, if I was Chris, I'd be like, hey, nobody owns me, especially Ruth. right? So I did some research to find out what's up with the name. And actually, historically, here's a little shred of truth. There was a real well-known steakhouse in the old days called Chris's Steakhouse. And I guess it was really good, yada, yada, yada. And then a woman named Ruth was like, hey, I'd like to buy a steakhouse. Hey, Chris. Hi, it's Ruth. Yeah, I'd like to buy a steakhouse. Yours. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to keep the name. But I'm going to add mine. So that's literally how it became Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Okay, so you're welcome for the history lesson. But anyway, it bugs me because you have the tendency to want to list when you say the name too. So I always thought it'd be funny to actually work there, like at the hostess stand. And if you had a lisp, you'd be really sorry you took the job. Right? Let me demonstrate. Hi, welcome to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Table for 3? Yeah, follow me. Pay no attention to the psoriasis. I'm pretty sure it's not contagious. And may I recommend the special tonight, Ruth's Chris Steak. Because wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't that suck to work there with a lisp? I mean, I'd just go to like McDonald's, somewhere with some hard consonants, you know? I mean, geez. Or I hope to get extra credit for working there if you have a lisp, because that would be so sad. But what I also find funny is that, I mean, as narcissistic of a B word that Ruth feels like to me right now, it also made me think, well, all right, truth be told, what restaurant would I take over if I wanted to name it after me, right? I could be narcissistic like the next person. That's all good. So I was like, what would I do? Like Nancy's Betty Dangers, maybe? Or, naturally, Nancy's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse? Boy, that has a ring to it, doesn't it? It just flies off the tongue. Or actually, if you follow me on Facebook, you would know that the right answer is Nancy's Waffle House because it's amazing. No, you don't need to clap. It's the truth. No, I don't need your gratuitous clapping. It's fine. Seriously, it would be Waffle House. But speaking of Waffle House, it also reminds me of free food, because not only do I love food, but when it's free, like at the grocery store, it hardly gets any better, right? But here's the thing. If you're like me, when you're at the grocery store, right, you see like some old lady selling some free crackers, right? I mean, she's selling the crackers, but she's giving you some samples. I feel like a tiger. I'm just like walking up to the sample table, like assessing it, right? I feel like a tiger at the zoo, and like some little kid is like, holding on a Cheez-It for me. And it's not that I want to kill the kid, but I want to Cheez-It. You know, so I'm at the grocery store like, wait, do I have to take a coupon? Do I have to talk to her? Can I just get the cracker and get out? You know, that's what I'm looking for at the grocery store when it comes to the free food. But what I think is funny is, like I said, if it's at the grocery store, I just want to get in and get out. Just get the cracker and go, right? But man, when I'm at the liquor store and they have free samples of the wine, different story. I could be there all day. I'm like the opposite of the tiger at the zoo. I'm like the Cheshire cat. I'm just like, hi, what's that Pinot Grigio? Yeah, I'll try it. Oh my gosh, what'd you say? These grapes are from Toledo and Spain? Yeah, fill me up. What's this sample about? That's like a half an ounce. That's bullshit. Wait, did you see your red tube? Yeah, I have time. It's all good. And I'll take the coupon. And I may or may not buy the bottle, but I'll be there a while. So, sorry old lady at Cub, but I have more time to spare when I'm at the liquor store, because free liquor, that's like an oxymoron. So yeah, you have my attention. Okay, right? I know. I have to be honest. I'm not done bitching about edible arrangements. I'm sorry. I was trying to hold back, but I'm like, no, it's bursting out of me. This fruit business on a stick for overpriced fruit on a stick. I've had it up to here. Okay, are you guys okay with a little bit more information about EA? Yeah, we're close. I go by EA now. Edible arrangements. They know me as Jailbird Nancy. It's fine. Anyway, here's what bugs me about edible arrangements. Okay. So I got a bouquet the other day from a friend, right? By the time I got it, it was moldy. I'm like, that bitch. You know, you're trying to do something nice and it arrives moldy. So I told her about it. I'm like, I already told you I don't want fruit as a gift. You sent it to me anyway. It's moldy. What does she do? Next week, she sends me another edible arrangement. This time it's strawberries, and it spells out sorry. Cute, right? It's super cute. It was late. Like that bitch. I didn't want it anyway, but now there's two of them? I'm telling you. I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. I already have a plan. Forget EA. I don't need edible arrangements. Because I'm opening my own place next door. It's called Hostel Holidays. And you guys are all welcome to the grand opening. It's tomorrow. And, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you about the inventory we've been stocking. I mean, we have so many things to prepare for. Secretary's Day, Boss's Day, Arbor Day. I mean, imagine all the holidays where you're like, I'd really like something for the administrative assistant who cheated with my husband. Come to Hostel Holidays, we'll hook you up, all right? Or if you're like, you know, I was supposed to get married last year, but he stood me up at the altar. Come on in, we got it all right? We're catering to you, all right? Let's see, what other situations make you angry? Or possibly happy? Having to go to work. Yeah, now what can we offer as a bouquet for having to go to work when you don't want to go to work because you don't like your job? Yeah. Maybe, okay, I'm just spitballing here. Maybe some like alarm clocks on a stick, because as soon as the stick is shoved up in it, the alarm clock's not going to work. And you're like, good, I didn't want to go anyway. Right? I'm going to write that down because we're just building our inventory right now. And I'll tell you, as part of the inventory, we have things like cold pig's feet. So I was like, that might be good for the altar situation, right? Because I don't know who eats the pig's feet anyway, except my grandpa. Anyway, and like spoiled meat, you know, I was thinking, actually, you want to give that to the person who had the affair with the administrative assistant, right? So, I mean, it's going to be just, I mean, you're going to have to wear nose plugs when you come in. It's not going to be pretty, but we have it all in stock. So come on into Hostel Holidays. We're going to hook you up, and it's going to be half price. Okay? I'm just kidding. I'm not really opening Hostel Holidays. And I really love edible arrangements. I'm just kidding. I don't really love edible arrangements. I'm just saying that because they probably have lawyers. What? I don't need you. It's fine. What else was I going to tell you about? I told you about Roast Chris. I told you about free food. Well, as long as we're getting close, not only proximity-wise, because you're right there, but also on the screen. Hi, Mom. I know you're not awake or watching. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but now that we have gotten to be this close together, I could tell you about my favorite foods if you're interested. Mm-hmm. All right. So they basically fall into three categories. First of all, cheese. That's one of my favorite foods. And when I say cheese, like I should be a cheesemonger, but I actually just mean Parmesan, so I'm kind of like a Parmesan monger. I just love it so much. And there's not even a joke there. I just think the word monger is funny, which leads me into the next thing, because I also love peanut butter, like so much. So I should really be a peanut butter monger. And I don't, it's not a thing, but let's just have it catch on. Like do hashtag peanut butter monger and let's see if it catches on, all right? All right, so here's the thing about peanut butter. Funny story from like 1975. Also some shreds of truth here. So, we're in Florida visiting the grandparents because it's kind of mandatory to go to Florida to visit the grandparents, right? That's where that's like where they reproduce, right? The grandparents, they like all clone themselves in Florida. So, we're in Florida. We happen to find the world's best peanut butter in that state. It was called Deep South peanut butter. Oh my God, it was good. But show of hand, we do have 2 hands now. 3 hands. Show of hands, how many people remember what peanut butter was contained in the 70s?
I wasn't alive.
Okay, oh, you bitch.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. You're my favorite audience member. Second to David. And somebody else was back there. Oh yeah, so do you remember what peanut butter was packaged in way back when?
I've been either.
Yes.
Fine, I'll
Peanut
keep.
butter in.
Thank you for asking. Oh, so good. I have some inquisitive people who aren't just telling me and bragging about their ages. In the 70s, it was packaged in glass jars. That was the key. That's all. It's fine. I was going to tell you anyway. It was packaged in glass jars. So not great if you want to bring a souvenir home, because you know where I'm going now. If you also remember, no, forget it. I'm not going to even bother asking. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But just trust me when I tell you that way back then, luggage was hard-sided. Okay, it's not flexible and has the cute wheels and whatever. It was hard-sided, so it was like cement. Okay, just picture 2 pieces of cement. Put your clothes in there, lock it so the TSA can't get in there because they didn't exist, kind of like back then. So we thought it'd be a good idea to bring back a bunch of peanut butter. A bunch of peanut butter jars in said luggage. And then check it. Because Lord knows they're very delicate with that luggage, right? No, they're not. So we got home, and here's the best part. We get home to Minnesota. My parents were surprised that the broken glass was in the peanut butter in the luggage that they had to throw out. I mean, what other consequence did you expect from 20 jars of the souvenir peanut butter because it was so good? Put it in some clothes because you thought, well, that'll work. And then wrap it up in the luggage, and then open it only to be surprised that it was all broken. So, yeah, the peanut butter was wasted. The clothes, I don't know if they were survived, but the luggage did not. And that's my peanut butter story. And I know it's tragic, but that might be the start of why I love peanut butter so much. Anyway, that's about me and peanut butter. The other thing I want to tell you about is how much I love Taco Bell. It kind of is a food group to me, because that's how often I go there. I do adore Taco Bell, and I get it's like 5 total ingredients that are blended different ways in different shapes and rolled up different ways, and that's all it is. And it's like $1 or $2 a piece. I love it. But what also strikes me as funny is I also applied to be a food reviewer at Taco Bell. You're welcome. So now I can tell you all about the beans and cheese, or the cheese and the beans. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have a blog about it. And that's how much I love Taco Bell. One other thing I wanted to share, as long as I have some time, is it's good to be sober. Thank you. Sorry, I should clarify. No, I totally drink. I just mean it's good to be sober right now. Because the last time I did stand-up, everybody always thinks that, oh my God, you must drink to get up on stage, right? I'm like, well, no, because I actually take it seriously, so I don't drink before I get up on stage, because I love stand-up, okay? But in December, so it was in a few months ago, I was performing at Honey in Northeast, and I thought, I know, I'm going to show them what really happens if I start drinking and then get on stage. So I really did. I had like 3 vodka meats. Or is it vodka meat? You guys are like, honey, I don't think that's the problem. It's just vodka meat. Okay. Anyway, so I had like 3 of them. And I mean, I'm not bragging about it because, that is a real issue. But in preparation for that particular stand-up act, I'm like, heck, I'll do anything once. And it was so funny. I get up on stage, and I'm not joking because I really would not do a mic drop because these little puppies are expensive. But I get up on stage, you're welcome. And I get up on stage, and the mic totally drops itself. And people are just like, oh my God, that was totally planned. I'm like, no, because here I am with a dead mic because the cord fell off. And it was so funny, but I was so, 3 sheets to the wind, is that what they say? I was just like, hey, and then it drops, and I'm just standing there. And somebody else had to pick it up and put it in for me because I wasn't even realizing what happened because I had the 3 vodka meats, which is why I don't drink before I get up on stage. Got it? But, I am drinking for 2. No, I'm not pregnant. Oh my God. It's not like it. I don't even drink a lot, okay? It's just like shots. It's just, they're small. It's no big deal. Anyway, now that you know about my eating habits, you know I have the figure I have. You're welcome. I feel like I should do my own burlesque, but I don't do that. You don't want that. So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you about some food and drink stories, and that's them. So, I'm going to give it back to Donna. Thanks, everybody.
Nancy, can you please, just one time, I asked you downstairs, but I have butchered your last name twice. And I'm okay with you judging me at home. I have a 15-year-old at home that does it already. He better not be watching this. What am I kidding? He's 15. No one ever gets up at 6:30 in the morning when 15, if your mom's not there to wake you up, right?
Right.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah. What my last name?
yes.
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
Either way, we got a lot of time to fill.
Oh, well then I'll tell you the long answer because why not? This is kind of improv, which I'm not strong at, but that's okay.
You're doing
So,
amazing.
Oh, that's your daily affirmation. You're amazing at improv on the fly.
oh, that's funny, that's funny. And this is so funny that we're talking about my last name and making it a thing. So I've made jokes about it before, and this is fun that you're going to hold the mic because I'm just going to keep making you do this because it's funny. And then I'll just like flex whenever you move it because I'm like, wait, I need to be close. Okay, so it's Magisted with a hard G, like maggot, and I always say maggot because that's funny, right? And I'm going to try to stay with the mic here. So anyway, so it's really Magisted, but I've gotten Magisted all my life, so it's fine. So like Matt Alex, who I understand is here, he knows it, and it used to be a bit every time I had honey. So he was totally screwed up, but then I got to the point where he couldn't even remember the right way because he had screwed it up so many times. So this is super funny. Okay, so we're going to just, but here, oh, it was funnier, although I'm so sore right now. Oh my God. Anyway, but also a funny story. My older brother got our like spit results, whatever, about our ancestry.com bullshit stuff. And it turns out way back when, drum roll please, the last name we actually hail from the Fudsky family. Fudsky! I mean, if I was thinking of a stage name and I wanted a surname, it would totally be Fudsky, and it is. I think that's hilarious.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much for that beautiful clarification. Just for, again, your daily affirmation is you're awesome
Oh, thanks.
at improv on the fly. Now go that direction. No, just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Bye.
Bye-bye. Now, I mentioned that I live in Coon Rapids, and I'm wearing this beautiful cape to let you know that I am the cultural attaché to Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Now, when you live in Coon Rapids and you say funny things into a microphone, you either have to say things that are racist or meth related. Now, here's a secret. I own my own teeth. They're homegrown. So I can't do any jokes about meth, but if I did, they'd go like this. I don't think the zombie apocalypse would happen on the corner of Cedar and Washington. I think they would happen somewhere in the neck of Anoka, Blaine, or Coon Rapids. Let me take you on a wonderful story. Say a meth couple, down on their luck, haven't had a hit for 5 seconds. They're fiending hardcore. They're checking in the freezer for any like leftover frozen assets of meth. Maybe that's where they got the blue color for Breaking Bad. I don't know. But they're licking the carpet, they're checking their dog, they're doing everything they possibly can to find any shred of demon rock in their house. That's what we call it up in Coon Rapids because we're highly conservative except for a lot of us, but no one talks very loud, so we end up like getting Republicans everywhere. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, the boyfriend looks over at the girlfriend and takes a chop out of her arm, which engulfs Anoka County in Zombieland. So if you happen to be anywhere along the beautiful stretch of Coon Rapids Boulevard, could you do me a solid favor? Could you just double tap a random stranger? This does two things for me. Number one, reduces the inevitable zombie population that I will have to deal with. And number two, please hit the kid that rides his fucking moped at 4 a.m. with no muffler. Or the family that shows up at our Light the Night picnic comes from Anoka. Those people are crazier than we are. And eats our hot dogs. That's right. Those are for my 15-year-old son. He needs the protein. But like I said, I can't do any jokes about meth because I own my own teeth. And I can't do any jokes about being racist because I don't consider myself a racist. I would, however, consider myself racially, coincidentally, prejudiced. Because I can't have sex with a black guy. I just can't. But there's a reason behind it. I had a very traumatic fudgesicle incident as a child. That's a dirty joke for your mind to make dirty. You don't know if I put it in my mouth or if it went in any of my other holes. But maybe I had an adventurous sexual awakening that you don't know about. No, I had my tonsils and my wisdom teeth taken out at the same time, and I deep-throated a fudgesicle. Not to be confused with a fudge bar. A fudge bar is a wider girthed frozen delicacy, and a fudgesicle is basically, well, this microphone. Don't worry, I'm not going to put this in my mouth, Mike. I mentioned my 15-year-old. My 15-year-old's name is Simon Logan, right? Pretty solid, good name, nothing weird, except for the spelling of his first name. His name is spelled S-Y-M-I-N. Not like the sex toy. What it was originally supposed to be spelled as was P-S-Y-M-I-N. My baby daddy won the coin toss when we developed a penis in the ultrasound results. That's right. And my mother, who is not proud of me doing burlesque, but she has a lot more forethought than I do, sat my baby daddy down and said, if you name my grandson that is the last grandchild that will ever possibly come out of your body. So he took the P off. How we got Logan, which is his middle name, I won't tell you his last name because it's on the internet and he'll kill me. I breathe wrong in the car when it's only just me and him in my Volkswagen Beetle, and I've scarred him for life. Anyway. My insignificant other, sperm donor, whatever you want to call him, Jerry Springer episode, whatever you want to call him. Their last initial starts with Z. And so a lot of the family members in his house, in his like family tree, all have Z tattooed on their arm. And so a lot of people go, "Oh, your nickname is Z. It's so cute. You're labeled and everything. You're never going to forget that unless you read it sideways and it says N." And I said, "I know I didn't get to pick the first name of our child, but I was thinking it would be really cute that you could be Z, and then we could name him Simon Xavier, and then you could be Z, and he could be X, and I could be, why the fuck did I let you come in me?" I still haven't answered that question. Anyway, and he said to me, "I don't like that X-Men character." And then I said, "Well, what X-Men character do you love?" He said, "I like Wolverine." And I said, "We're not having a baby named Simon Wolverine. What's his real name?" And for those of you in the know, depending on the timeline of Logan/Wolverine, his real name is either James, Jack, or Logan, right? It all depends on if you watch the film, or you actually read the comic books, or if you were just exposed to the X-Men comic cartoon that aired on Fox Kids in the 90s. It just depends. It just depends. And so he said, "Logan," because he's an idiot. Anyway, single moms. Woo-hoo. Anyway, and I said, "That's perfect, Simon Logan." And they were like, and he was like, "Oh, I like that." And I was like, "Oh, that's good. I'm delusional. Then you'll be an okay dad." I have made it my goal in life to educate my son in not only condom use, but not like showing him or like actually, that's gross. I'm the Coon Rapids attaché. I'm not a Coon Rapids sex offender. It's different. All right, so here we go. Strap in. Not that way. Anyway. You know you've been awake for way too long and wearing a wig on stage and your stage makeup is coming off after you did a lip sync thing and then another burlesque dance and then you did some jokes and you've been here for too long even though you're not a Fearless member, but you've been here since 7:30 in the evening last night. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I've done my best to educate my son in all matters geeky that are appropriate. Like when we talked about sex, we watched the Monty Python skit about John Cleese doing sex ed and like having sex with his wife. It was a good like icebreaker, you know, because no one wants to talk about sex with their mom. It's unless you do, and then we need to have a conversation, and I need to call Child Protective Services. But that's a whole other thing. That, I don't have time to deal with that right now. Anyway, I let him watch way too much UHF. Not the channel band, the movie with Weird Al Yankovic and the guy from Seinfeld and Fran Drescher and that little guy. Anyway, but here's the problem. Like, he loves the Spatula City commercial. He sings it regularly. And when all of this like horde of undead coming into Mexico crossed into Mexico City, he heard it on the thing. and said, Mexico City, Mexico City, Mexico City, we sell Mexicans, and that's all. So I hope that even though I've said some pretty horrible things, that we can eventually be internet friends.
You blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to die.
Sunday. Take your kids to church, please. God damn it.